Welcome back to Family Meeting Podcast. So glad to have you with us as we record episode 296. We're getting ever so much closer to episode 300. Actually recorded 300 today.
It was so fun. Spoiler, it's going to be fun.
So much fun. We had so many great conversations with all the girls with us. So those of you who are maybe new to the podcast, every 100 episodes, we've had an entire Osterkamp family meeting with the 6 of us. And so got that lined up for episode 300. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I will say this. I think that there was a lot of laughter. And I do think that we somewhat talked over each other because we all got excited. But, you know, we try not to do that on the podcast. We try to, take turns because it's very annoying to watch something or listen to something where people talk over each other. And so we try, but on episode 300, you're going to find that, we all got a little crazy.
Yeah, it was definitely a legit family meeting.
Yeah, it really was. It was very real.
Yes, we had a great time, so we're looking forward to that. That'll be just 4 episodes from this one. And I'm trying to think of what else we got going on besides painting.
I'm getting ready to go to Iowa.
Yep, gonna visit family for a while and go to a friend's wedding.
Yes.
So
can't wait. I'm excited to go to Iowa, but there's one reason that I am dreading it. Two reasons.
Okay.
Number one, the 18-hour drive.
Oh yeah, that's horrible.
Which I choose to do in one leg.
I don't do that anymore.
I like it way better than stopping at a hotel. All right. Second thing.
Yeah.
Being away from Thomas. I hate it. I just miss him so bad. We're always together.
Yep.
And so this is the one time a year that we are apart, and it's hard. I don't like it. It's fine, and we're adults, and we're grown up, and blah, blah, blah. But I don't like it.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of it either, but it's what we got to do. I'll go up and visit for a few days in the middle of it all without taking time off from church work and missing a Sunday and all that. But yeah, niece is graduating from high school, so they're having a graduation party for her. And then the week after that is
the wedding.
The wedding.
And in between, we are taking the girls with grandpa and grandma and cousins up to Chula Vista, which is a water park hotel in the Wisconsin Dells. And that was something, that we did. That cup of coffee is going to kick in. That was something that we did when they were little every year. And so they are so excited about going. It's very nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's not really like a water park just for kids. I mean, there are full grown-up water slides that are pretty exhilarating.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a kids thing or anything. But it's not necessarily about the fact that it's this phenomenal water park. It's about the nostalgia.
The nostalgia of going up there every Thanksgiving-ish time.
Yeah. And I told my dad, I was just on the phone. I didn't tell you this.
Yeah.
I requested stopping at Gay's Mills at the Apple Orchard.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because
get some cider and donuts and all that. We were talking about when
we were going to leave, and I was like, I think I want to do the Apple Orchard because that was something my dad did when we were kids. Then he did that for my children and us when our kids were little, and I'm like, I just want to get the full nostalgic thing. Yeah. Experience.
Yep.
So that's the plan right now.
Yeah, I've got to stick around here for work, and we've got a celebration of life service to do for one of our beachsiders who passed away. So I'm going to miss a lot of that fun, but I'll pop back up, see my mom and stuff like that for a few days.
She will love to see you.
So 296 today, talking about unspoken expectations in marriage today. So when Lysandra introduced the topic at the end of last episode, talking about secret contracts in marriage, I'm like, what in the world are you talking about?
He was so against it. He was he was throwing shade, y'all.
Because I had no idea what you were talking about.
I know, but the way you looked at me, you were like...
Yeah. So unspoken expectations is a little more understandable for us.
I know, but sometimes I want it to be ooh, what is this?
Yeah, like secret agent man.
Yeah, I'm catching the focus.
Yeah. So you got our focus. But at least now we know what we're talking about.
Perfect.
All right. Gather around, everybody. It's time for a family meeting. The Family Meeting is a show that's all about family relationships. We're the Osterkamps. I'm Thomas, and this is my very, very sneaky wife, Lysandra.
Hello and welcome to our family. Welcome to episode 296 of the Family Meeting podcast. On today's episode, we're going to discuss secret contracts. And at the end of marriage. In marriage. At the end of last episode, when I said that this is what we were going to talk about today, Thomas was throwing shade hardcore. He was like, "What are you talking about? You're crazy." But it's because he didn't read the book and I did. But
I love how you say read the book. Like any of us know what book you're talking about right now. So tell us, what is the book?
If you were a mind reader, you would know.
Yeah. Well,
you should be able to look at me and know what book I read.
Yeah. If it's that, it's an Agatha Christie book. So.
Psst, that's an example of a secret contract.
Yeah.
Because a secret contract is unspoken expectations that create resentment. And I promise I will explain.
What's the book? Name the book.
Oh, no. Hang on.
You got to tell us the book.
The book. It's by Kim and Penn Holderness. Everybody Fights.
Okay.
Everybody Fights is the book. And they are that couple that do like the song parodies and stuff. Like, I think that they got popular when they did Christmas jammies.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the song that the music is to, but like they dance around in their Christmas jammies and it's like kind of rappy.
Really hope like they don't have controversial content because you just have all these people.
Oh, I don't think so.
Right
I mean, I read the book and I have watched some of their songs.
Okay.
I am not a good content consumer. I am not the kind of person to watch a whole video and get to the end of it.
I know.
I have very, very short attention span. So
then she recommends stuff, and it's like,
and it's like the first half is great, but the last half, I don't know. But no, I think they're totally safe. They're totally safe. I really do. I think so. I'm stuttering a lot.
You're like our president. He's like, I didn't watch the video all the way to the end. I didn't know it was in there. It's my staff's fault.
Yeah. It's going to be huge. It'll be huge. It'll be
huge.
The greatest video you've ever watched.
Yeah. So
that's
hopefully
the worst impression in the world.
We'll jump into that in just a minute. Before we do, I want to invite you to Men of Valor's conference coming up this year, September 17th through 19th at the Ridgecrest Conference Center in Black Mountain, North Carolina. I would love for you to join me there. Going to be a part of that conference this year. Men come in from all over the place. Many states represented. We're shooting and hoping for all 50 states represented. We'll see what happens there. But the theme this year is called Worthy. And so I want you to be a part of that. You can find more information at their website, which is movministries.org, movministries.org. That stands for Men of Valor. So movministries.org. You can make your reservations to be there today, September 17th through 19th. Going to be a great time.
Yeah, I think this would be a great event for us wives to get tickets for our husbands for it. You know, like a gift.
Yeah. Like, surprise, get out of here and go be a better man.
Yeah. Pretty much.
But it's like in the mountains and stuff like that. It's going to be a great time.
And especially if you could get a couple of guys together who are friends, you know, like, and ship them off together, and hopefully they'll have more fun that way. But a lot of guys like to go alone, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I know Pastor Eric Stewart. I have had some conversations with him. I've not gone myself. I've seen videos and stuff from the past. Been a part of what they're doing with some of their Zoom calls. They have a Zoom call, Man Up Monday, every single Monday, East Coast and West Coast, 2 different Zoom calls. So they're great in connecting and discipling and encouraging men. So
I love it. It's so needed.
It will be a great time. I'm really looking forward to being there. Going to be speaking on fatherhood. And so it'll be great. I'm looking forward to it. I'd love for you to join me. Love to see you there. So movministries.org. Go get registered right now.
I shouldn't have to ask. If Thomas really loved me, he would just know. I do everything and Thomas does nothing.
Yeah. That sounds like conversations we have had.
Could anybody, I hope people could tell that I was like reading there.
Some people, I mean, we've got first-time listeners
So
right
they
now,
may not
so
know.
they have
They
no
may not
idea.
know. So I was just reading some examples.
Just made me seem like garbage.
I
That
made
was
Thomas feel like garbage, seem like garbage, feel like garbage.
pretty accurate. I mean,
I'm gonna rectify it quickly, but I will say this: those phrases that you just heard me say are secret contracts. They're unspoken, unagreed upon expectations, and we place them on our spouse, and they quietly cause frustration. They create disappointment, and they breed resentment. Now, over almost 23 years of marriage.
Yep.
We are coming up on 23
August
years
will be
of
23
marriage.
years, a couple months away.
We absolutely have secret contracts in our marriage. We have had, we do have, we try to like pay attention to it. This is real. This definitely happens.
Yeah. So when we were talking about, you mentioned secret contracts in marriage, I was like, what in the world are you talking about? What are secret contracts? Mm-hmm. And so Lysandra kind of explained it. They're unspoken expectations that one spouse holds without clearly communicating them, often with the assumption that the other person should just know.
Yeah.
They function like invisible agreements one person believes exist, even though they never openly discussed or mutually agreed upon them.
Yeah.
So let's give some examples like from our life.
Okay.
What is maybe a secret contract that you have for me that I may be blissfully unaware until this moment right now?
Okay. Which we are going to give a lot of examples in this episode. A lot of this episode is going to be examples of what could be a secret contract in your marriage. But for us right now, just the two of us, a secret contract that I have for Thomas that I don't think I've ever actually said out loud to you.
Okay.
Would be when I say this, and let's see if you know. Okay. I will sometimes say like, oh, this is so heavy. Like in my mind, I have an expectation of what you should do in that moment. What is the expectation?
Well, I mean, my first thought is that sucks.
Right. And that's why I'm always resentful of you.
No, I know you are trying to get me to lift it.
Exactly. Because if any of you...
Which is fine.
If any of you are listening on the podcast, you don't understand. But if you are on YouTube, you do understand. This guy is my muscle man. Look at these muscles.
It's like the one thing she keeps me around for.
Yeah, exactly. So he always lifts the heavy things for me. Like I'm very blessed. I have a strong back now. I didn't in the past, but I do now. God has created my body to be very strong for a woman. I
Yes.
don't come anywhere close to you.
Yeah.
But like I can handle a lot.
Oh,
And I
you're
didn't-
amazing. Yeah.
I didn't even know I was a strong woman until I tried to lift a dresser with another woman. And like she couldn't even get it off the ground. I had no idea that like it's not easy for every woman to lift something like a dresser.
Yeah.
I didn't know. So anyway, I am blessed by having strength for a woman,
Yep.
but nothing compared to what you have. And so I always want you to carry the heavy stuff for me. And sometimes it's not about like not being able to. It's more just about like, I like it when you treat me, when you like take care of me. It's kind of a way you take care of me,
Yep.
I think.
Yeah.
By lifting the heavy things. So I would say that is a secret contract where I have the invisible agreement that I believe exists. When I say this is super heavy, I expect Thomas to pull his side of the agreement, which is invisible, and come and take over and lift the thing that I say is heavy.
But that's a rare thing for you to say. Usually you will say, hey, this is heavy. Can you lift this for me? Or can you take this downstairs?
Now.
So like you just did that just the other day with a big tub of tablecloths, which I think were from Mother Donna Luncheon. You washed them and all that.
Yep, washed and folded. And when you fold and wash all of these and you put them in one tub, it's like 20 giant linen tablecloths in one tub. It was heavy.
It was heavy. Yeah, it was definitely
I
heavy.
could
Yeah.
have done it on my own.
Well, and the container they were in, like where the handles were, was actually pretty flimsy. So it
terrible.
was actually a lot harder to carry than it should have been. But yeah, so most of the time you do ask.
Yeah.
There are times where you're just like, this is heavy.
Yeah. Okay, can you
But
think...
sometimes I think you're just, and maybe I'm wrong. Sometimes I think you're just stating and not necessarily like fishing for anything either.
Oh, yeah,
so.
definitely. That's true. Can you think of any secret contracts that you have of me?
I actually can.
That's amazing.
This one came to mind right away, and I just have the unspoken expectation that you're going to handle like all the planning and grocery shopping and all that for our food.
Yes.
Now, obviously, there are certain things where my protein stuff and all that, like I buy that and take care of it myself. But as far as like the meals and all that, very rarely am I like, hey, can you make X, Y, or Z? I might be at a store, like if I'm going somewhere and at a store, I will ask you if you need me to pick up anything, but I don't do the grocery shopping.
No, because the assumption, even in you offering to pick me up, pick something up for me, the assumption is still there that
You have the plan. And
I have the
else.
plan,
Yeah.
and I know what we're gonna make, and I know what food is at home, and I know the recipes, and
Which we've never really agreed upon that. It's just kind of an unsaid or unagreed upon expectation.
yeah, it's an invisible contract.
Yeah.
Like in our marriage.
So that was like the first one and thing that came
Yeah.
to mind. There's others, but
And-
a lot of them have to do with like taking care of the house and those sorts of things.
Yeah, you expect me to take care of the house. Now, let's do this. What is an invisible contract that we have that would surprise someone? Just with like a typical marriage where our marriage is a little unusual. Like, what's something that you expect of me that probably most husbands don't expect of their wives?
Like car maintenance.
Yep, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, Thomas does not want to... like what happened with the tire 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny. So I was a little stressed at that time, and I was tired. And he texted me and said, my tire is like threadbare. It could blow. I don't want you or the kids driving this car until we get another tire.
So I'll typically fill with gas and like put air in the tires and those
Yes.
sorts of things. But when it comes to getting
yeah.
the car fixed, I don't deal with that.
No, and there's a reason you don't. It's because you have to talk to the people.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah.
You can get gas and you can fill the tires with air, and you do that for all 5 of our cars.
Yeah.
But that's because you don't have to talk to anybody. You do that by yourself.
That's true. I never thought of that.
Yeah, I know that that's the reason.
But sometimes Bobby, who's a friend of ours, he's a great mechanic and he takes care of a lot of our car stuff. He'll sometimes text me about stuff, and I'm like, I literally have no idea. I don't keep track of it. I don't want to keep track of it.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just information that I feel like I
Yeah.
don't need to know. But we've never like sat down and you were like, hey, I'll do this. It just kind of happened.
It happened when the kids were little and you were working a lot, and I wanted to do as much as I could to make life easier for our family.
Yeah.
And so it was like, if I can handle this, why would I not just do it? But so here's what I was getting at that made this episode relates to this, because we're talking about how secret contracts can sometimes make you feel resentful.
Yeah.
And I was being a turd. Okay.
Okay.
That's the best word I can think of right now for it. I was being manipulative or kind of a jerk.
I have no idea what you're about to say right now.
Yeah, I know you don't.
Like, I am clueless as far as like that there was even an issue.
Yeah. So he tells me that the tire is bad and that it's got to be fixed.
Because I went to fill it and I could literally see the white threads.
It was dangerous. Like, it was not good.
Yeah.
So he's out and about. I know his schedule because I pretty much keep his schedule, except for a few exceptions. And so I know he's out. I know that he technically has time where he could stop. And I responded to your text like, okay, got it. Thanks for letting me know. Are you going to stop at AK Tire on your way home? Because in my mind, I was like, it is so unfair that it's always my job to handle the car maintenance.
Yeah.
When you're already out, it is your car. It's not my car. And like this whole thing went through my head.
Yeah.
And because I was frustrated about this secret contract.
Yeah.
And so I said, are you going to stop and like get it fixed or whatever? And he responded with like, no, not today.
Like, not right now.
Not right now. And I'm thinking to myself, I know he's never going to get that tire changed. I know he's not going to do it. So then later on, like a day went by or something, and I think we were at the gym together.
Yeah, we were at the gym.
And you texted me and you were like, hey, should we drop off the car at AK Tire on the way home from the gym?
Because you asked about walking.
Yeah, because we're at the gym together, obviously, but we drive separate because he spends 2.5 hours and I spend like 45 minutes. And so he's like, hey, can we drop off the car at AK Tire on the way home? And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. Yes, because by then I had chilled a little and I was not as resentful.
Yeah.
But guess who went back inside later that day to talk to the people and pay for the tire? Guess who called the place to be like, hey, we left the car outside. We would like the tire changed.
Yep.
All me. Why? Because it is a secret contract in our marriage.
All right, so can we just stop? I need to get something
What is it?
I need to get something off your lip.
Because you are staring at my face weird.
You have like something.
What is it? It's like skin peeling?
I don't know. I think you got it.
I could feel it, but I don't know what it was.
I was like, I don't know if YouTube can see that, but it's distracting.
It's distracting me because it's distracting you.
So.
All right, so we have just shared our secret contracts, and so I know that you have your own. A couple random ones, which we're going to put these in categories later, but here's a couple of random ones to kind of get the wheels turning a little bit, thinking about your own marriage. It might be this. If I work hard for this family, you should naturally show me appreciation. Which, this is reasonable. It's reasonable, but have you shared it? If I always listen to you, you should prioritize my emotional needs too. Mm-hmm. If I sacrifice for your career, you'll eventually do the same for mine. Ooh, but what if they don't? If we're married, you should automatically know what hurts me. That's a falsehood. If I stay faithful, affectionate, and supportive, you'll never withdraw from me emotionally. So those are some examples to get the ball rolling, but we are going to categorize these and really dig into examples of them later on.
Well, and the contract is secret because it was never explicitly stated. Like, we never stated these things. And the problem is the other spouse may not even realize it, that you have this expectation of them. And so we have these expectations that we've never stated, and when they go unmet, then that breeds resentment. Mm-hmm. And so these secret contracts, these hidden agreements often create these cycles of disappointment where one spouse feels unseen or even betrayed.
Right. Yeah, betrayed is the right word. It's a strong word, but that's how it feels.
And the other feels confused, criticized, or unfairly judged. It's like, I have no reason why. No idea why. You're even upset with me right now. What in the world is going on?
That's usually where Thomas lives.
It is. That's most of our lives.
Yeah. He's always like, why are you upset? Why is something wrong?
But I think we talk about expectations in our book, Happily Never After, and just the damage that they can do in a marriage or relationship and how to correct and fix that. So if you're interested in reading a little bit more about that, you can do that. Mm-hmm.
But secret contracts are especially common around affection and intimacy, division of labor. For us, so there were definitely secret contracts in affection and intimacy. Definitely the most, though, were in division of labor. Mm-hmm. So there was a contract that you and I made that was verbally agreed on.
Yeah.
Right. And it was that Thomas would handle the trash. He would take trash out to the road and empty the trash can inside the house as needed. And he would handle all of the yard maintenance. Yeah. Before we got married, we actually made that agreement, and I agreed to basically keep the house, like handle everything inside.
Yeah. So it's one thing if you've explicitly stated, like, hey, we agree that this is how we're going to split things up. It's another thing when we never really talked about it, nobody agreed upon it, I don't really know about it, you just kind of expect it of me.
Yeah, and now you're mad at me because I didn't do it, or you resent me because I didn't do it. Yeah. Other kind of categories, and we're going to, like I said, we're going to put these into categories and really talk about them, but emotional support, finances, right? And this is an area where we we don't follow traditional roles in marriage. I keep the finances, Thomas does not, and that's just different. Like when our tax accountant messaged us and said, which one of you should I be talking to
Yeah.
about the taxes?
It was a group text, and I'm like, Lysandra.
Yeah, he's like, do not text me at all.
I am not a detail person. I don't want to know the details. I don't want to figure it out. Like,
Details will kill you.
It's just not me. There's very few things, like, obviously, because I lead our church, there are a lot of details that I do have to deal with, but I do that at work, and it's what I have to do. But just like a lot of the stuff, even with the church, it's like I don't want to handle the details. I don't handle the finances or the certain things. Like I'm not setting up all the stuff for the different events and all that we do. So
exactly. So other categories that you would find some of these in would be parenting, holidays and family traditions, conflict resolution, gender role assumptions, spiritual leadership and faith practices. So all of these are different kind of categories where you may have some secret contracts, and we are going to dig deeper into these in just a minute.
So obviously, if you have these secret contracts that are going on, there's a lot of unhealthy communication that's happening.
Yeah.
But healthy marriages replace those secret contracts with direct communication. And we do talk about this very often in marriage events, on the podcast as well, is really learning how to directly and clearly communicate things.
Right. And we've already given you a perfect example of this in our own lives. It used to be that I would say, like, oh, this is really heavy, and hope Thomas would jump up and help me. But just the other day, I had something heavy. I didn't want to carry it. I could have, but I just didn't want to. And so I literally said to Thomas, hey, this is super heavy. Will you just carry this down to the garage for me? And he's, of course, happy to do so. But that's a perfect example of the replacing direct communication there.
Yeah. Also talking about you're going to replace it with negotiated expectations.
Okay.
So instead of it being a secret, let's talk about it. Let's agree upon, the general and basic expectations of what's going to happen. Whether that is how you split up household chores and whatever else, that, hey, this is kind of what we're going to do. And if there's, if we're going to wander away from that, or there's seasons change and whatever else, we're going to talk about it. We also need to replace it with curiosity instead of assumption.
That's really good.
That, hey, I want to understand. I'm not just going to assume this about you, that you don't care about me,
right,
that you're not concerned, that you don't want to know, that you're lazy, or that you're purposely doing something. We all can, both Lysandra and I, we can often jump to assumptions. In fact, we had a situation just today at the paint job while we were picking up paint. You remember this?
Oh, yes.
So we got, I designed and ordered big car magnets for the van for Lysandra's paint company.
They look fantastic, by the way. He's very talented. They
came in and she put them on the van, which we need to take those off the van.
Oh, yeah.
So now that
our community has a rule that you cannot have labeled work vehicles in your driveway.
At night, yeah.
At night. Our community is they say it's like a big HOA, and it kind of is. There's a lot of rules, but it's very pretty.
So today was the first paint job where we put them on the van and we're driving to the paint job, but we had to stop and pick up paint. And so Lysandra said, hey, why don't you take a picture while I'm getting paint, going inside the paint, get the paint. You take a picture of the signs on the van and then just make a post. And so we park, and she gets out and has to walk around the car to go on the thing. And I'm like, get my phone out, and I start opening up to get my camera ready. And she's like, hey, remember, take the picture.
I just tapped on the window and was like, yeah, take the picture. Don't forget.
And so I held up my phone to show her the camera, and I'm kind of like I'm doing it.
He made a face.
And she thought like I was being kind of mean and aggressive.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I was just reminding you, chill. Like, you're so mean to me.
Yeah.
I went in the paint store feeling like crap. Like, I felt really bad. I was sad.
And for me, I was just joking. Like, I got it.
Yeah. But I made an assumption.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I make assumptions as well. a lot of the time. So.
But I do want to share how I handled it when I came back out to the car, because this may be something that happens in your marriage is when you do the assumption thing. I came back into the car and I was like, my feelings were hurt by that. And so in a careful way, I said to him, I was like, hey, babe, I want you to know that like the way you responded when I tried to remind you to take the picture, I felt like it was really harsh and aggressive.
You're like, it was a little over the top.
Yeah. And he goes, I was joking.
Yeah, like it was meant to be kind of over the top. Like,
yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, then we're good. Yeah. So we were okay. But, you know, I had to talk about it because I didn't want to just be upset with him for the rest of the day.
But a healthy marriage, as we're talking about, will kind of lead with curiosity. Mm-hmm. Hey, I want to know, why did you make that face? Or why did you do that? Or what's going on? And then ongoing clarification as life seasons change.
Yeah, that's good.
So like Lysandra and I, we talked about some things even before we got married. So over 23 years ago, about kind of who was going to do what, expectations and all those sorts of things. But as all of you can understand, here we are 23 years later, we're not the same.
No.
Our life has changed. What each of us do throughout each day and each week has changed. And so obviously expectations ought to change along with that.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So here's a useful shift. This can kind of help you wrap your mind around what change you want to make. So instead of saying, if you loved me, you'd already know, you're going to shift your mind to thinking this way. I want to help you understand what matters to me. So you're not just putting all that pressure on your spouse to know you, to know what you're thinking, to know what you mean, to know what you expect. Instead, you're saying, I want to help you understand what matters to me, and so I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to share it with you.
Well, and the thing is, like, after all this time, I know a lot about Lysandra. I know a lot about what she wants and what she expects and things like that, but I'm still not a mind reader.
No.
And so neither is your spouse.
Mm-hmm. Right, absolutely. And there is this emotional layer to the whole thing, too, that I think we can overlook. But you've got to understand that many secret contracts are rooted in really deep longings for things like safety, for appreciation, for belonging, or maybe for security, or it could be other things. But the point is, like, there's something behind it, right?
Yeah.
So, like, for me, when I want Thomas to carry something heavy, the expectation is there because I feel like he should be my protector, provider, helper. I want him to care about me. I want him to treat me with like love. And for me, it communicates love to me when he's like, oh, let me grab that. That makes me feel loved. And I want to feel loved. And so it's deeper than just like, I don't want to carry this thing, right? And when my back was bad and he would constantly be making sure that I wasn't lifting too much, that just made me feel over the top loved, cared for, protected. Like I knew that he was protecting me from an injury or from making the injury worse.
Yeah.
And so there's something deeper to these than just like that surface level. There's an emotional layer that is very deep, and there's a reason behind the expectation, behind the secret contract. So think about that and kind of pay attention to that as well.
Well, and this is the thing too, like sometimes we're not even fully aware ourselves of the expectations that we have for our spouse until like disappointment, pain, or anger kind of exposes it. Like I never realized that I expected you to have everything for all the meals planned out and ready to go until like it's 6:30 at night and no one's talked about food yet. Like, where's dinner? Right?
Yeah.
So even just things like that. But a lot of times it's even more personal than just having a meal, right? But the thing is, like, a biblical principle for this is a call towards truthful, loving communication and humility rather than assumption or scorekeeping. And I like this verse in Ephesians 4. In Ephesians 4, for those of you that maybe aren't familiar with what Paul is writing about here, he's kind of giving a list of things to stop doing and hey, replace it with this.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And he says this in verse 25. Therefore, having put away falsehood, let each one of you speak the truth with his neighbor. And I think that's important for us to keep in mind that, hey, stop assuming. Most of the time we assume it's not true. Let's just speak clearly and honestly with each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because what neighbor do you have closer to you than the one you sit by every day, the one you go to sleep with every night, right?
Yep.
And this is another really good verse to think about when you think about your secret contracts. I love this verse. This is a great verse for those of us who struggle with anger. It's in James 1:19. Let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. So when you are trying to kind of uncover these secret contracts, you're going to need to slow down, stop talking all the time, stop just responding in anger and freaking out, and just listen. Be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger. So maybe what you're wanting to do is ask some questions like, what am I expecting in this marriage that I've never really expressed? And listen, hear what your spouse has to say. Don't make assumptions about them, they should just know. But rather, calm down a little bit, listen up, have some communication, talk about it, get through this thing together.
So here's another question to kind of work through. We're talking about uncovering secret contracts. What do I believe marriage should look like?
Mm-hmm.
And so that kind of helps us to understand what my expectations for my spouse is, for our relationship, for how we work and operate together. Mm-hmm. And so it's a great question to ask to kind of dig a little deeper.
Yeah, because typically we think that marriage should look like whatever our parents' marriage was like, or it should look way different than what our parents' marriage were.
Yeah, I was going to say, because my parents are separated, so.
Yeah, you're like, that's what marriage should look like. That looks amazing.
Yeah, can you go to Iowa for 2.5 weeks?
Yes. Here's another question that can uncover a secret contract. Where am I keeping score? This is so important. I kept score our whole lives about how hard I worked and how hard Thomas worked. And babe,
which is not fair.
You came in short.
Yeah, it's totally not fair.
Why is it not fair?
Well, because you're a very high capacity person in almost every aspect.
Okay.
And I am not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I love work. I feel like that's one reason why that makes that unfair, because I really do love work. So.
Yeah, there are certain things that are work that I love, but I don't just love work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about this question here to think about in your personal life? What disappointment keeps repeating? Mm-hmm. So where do you find yourself being disappointed over and over again when it comes to your relationship with your spouse? Mm-hmm. That's typically like a big red X that says, hey, dig here. Just like the treasure maps, right? The X marks the spot. It's
Backyardigans.
like, if you just keep being disappointed, that's a sign like, hey, I've got some expectation here, whether it is a secret or not, whether it is reasonable or not. This thing right here, I keep being disappointed.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. How about this question? Have we actually agreed on this? Or did I assume we had agreed on this? And sometimes you just need to rack your brain a little bit and be like, okay, I'm going to follow the trail back. Did we ever talk about this thing? Did we ever discuss it? And maybe the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Like the trash in our case, or the lawn care or whatever. And you have resentment. Well, it's like, okay, I have resentment here, and it's reasonable for me to have resentment because he said he was going to do this and he's not. Yeah. But and then you can talk that out too, which that needs to be a discussion. But maybe you trace it back and you're like, oh, we never talked about that. I just wanted him to do it, or he did it once, and I just assumed he would do it forever.
Yeah. And
that can oftentimes be it. So those are ways some questions you can ask yourself to uncover the secret contracts in your marriage.
Well, and I think about that, did we actually agree on it? Has your season of life changed also? Or something major changed? Because some of the stuff we literally talked about and agreed on, like I was the only one working, and Lysandra was staying home and she was taking care of the girls, and I mean working outside the home.
I was going to say, that didn't sound good,
I
although
understand
I know Thomas's heart and he didn't mean it
raising
that
the
way.
kids is a lot of work, so save your emails. I understand. That's not what I was saying. But I was the only one working outside the home, and so, we had agreed upon certain things. Well, now Lysandra started a painting company, works outside the home as well, along with all the church work and other things. So, things that we agreed upon early on, it wouldn't be fair to have the same expectations today. And so if we don't come back and revisit it, like Lysandra could have some resentment because, hey, I'm still doing all the same things I was doing, while also now working outside the home, and she is the biggest income earner in our home. So now what I've done is I've just got the kids to do a lot of the other stuff. So,
but that's changing too.
That is changing. So we'll have to
losing at least one of our workers in this home.
Yep. So we have to revisit things as well.
Yeah.
So I know the day is coming where it's going to be me out there mowing the yard and taking care of that. So
that's right.
We've already talked about that.
Yes.
We've agreed upon that ahead of time.
Yeah.
But throughout your life, at different points in your life, seasons are going to change. And so you have to revisit this. Just because you talked about it once doesn't necessarily mean that's the way that it should be for the rest of your married life.
Absolutely. And you might be listening to this, or at least at the beginning, and you're like, okay, I don't think we have any hidden assumptions in our relationship.
Yeah. So if you don't feel like you and your spouse have any hidden assumptions in your relationship, we're going to share some examples with you from multiple categories to help you see them before they come out in a fight or turn into resentment.
Right.
So here are some of the most common hidden assumptions that couples carry into marriage, often without realizing it until conflict exposes them.
Okay. Our first category is going to be emotional assumptions. I feel like this has become a game show. Emotional assumptions. Okay. Here's some of them. You should know what I need without me saying it. If you love me, you'll notice when something is wrong. I definitely had that one at the beginning of our marriage because I would get quiet and upset, and I was doing it for the purpose. I wanted Thomas to say, "Oh, honey, what's wrong?" I wanted him to care enough about me to notice, and he was blissfully unaware.
I was just like, man, it's peaceful around here.
Yeah, and it just hurt my feelings more and more.
I don't mind quiet, so it was just like, oh, this is it's quiet.
I hate quiet.
Which I like to hear you talk and all that, but it wasn't like, oh no.
Right. Yeah. So that was something that I had to change. How about this one? My feelings should naturally matter to you as much as they do to me.
Okay.
And that can be a secret contract that people have. You should comfort me the way I comfort you. Sometimes I want that. And sometimes you don't. But I got to talk about it, right? We should process emotions at the same speed. Oh, how I wish. How I wish we would process emotions at the same speed or in the same way. That would be nice.
Yeah. That is an unrealistic expectation.
It is. I have had to let that one go, folks. I have had to let it go.
So those are some emotional assumptions.
Okay.
Let's share some communication assumptions.
Okay, next category.
What that might sound like. For 500, Alex.
Yes.
Silence means agreement.
Not in our marriage.
Yeah.
If you're silent, you might be mad. If I'm silent, I might be mad.
Or if I'm silent, I might be happy. Or I might be tired.
Yep.
Or I might be hungry.
Or oftentimes your silence means that you haven't made a decision and you're still thinking about it, but you haven't said those words.
Yeah. So if I'm silent, it could mean 1,000 different things.
Yes.
If we have to explain it, it loses meaning. Conflict is bad and should be avoided. Apologizing should immediately fix everything. You meant what I would have meant if I said those words. And so those are some assumptions we make about communication. A lot of those have to do with our own personal style and how we communicate and can lead to a lot of assumptions. But the issue is there's a very small chance that your spouse communicates exactly the same way you do.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely they communicate differently. And if you don't know that and understand that, that can lead to a lot of problems when you just assume.
Mm-hmm. All right, here's our next category. Household responsibilities and assumptions. All right, household and responsibility. You should automatically see what needs to be done.
I feel like you're talking to me.
I am talking to you, but I also know you can't.
I very rarely do. Yeah.
Okay, don't look over there. Look over there.
Okay.
Are there dishes in the sink right now?
I know there are dishes in the sink because I put my one cup over there and there were dishes in there.
Okay. Did you notice and did you think like, somebody should do these?
No, because there's not that many and we still have to make dinner.
Okay, fair. The person who notices the mess least should still help equally. Do you believe that statement to be true?
No,
Why?
because there's a lot of factors.
So you think that the person who notices the mess least should have to clean and help less?
Not necessarily.
Okay, so the statement could be true, but it's not always true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like who made the mess? What's going on? What has
Okay.
the other person been doing?
Okay.
Like
Okay.
there's a lot of different factors.
Okay, excellent. Good point.
So I'm not just going to assume.
Okay, good job. Very good. My way of organizing is the normal way.
It's so funny how people have some people don't care at all and other people deeply care, like
Yes.
how the dishwasher should be organized and this and that.
Right. Whoever earns more money should have more decision-making power. Yes. Yes, I like this.
Highly disagree with this
We have an
for now.
Yeah, we have equal decision-making power, but if we do disagree, which is pretty rare, like once we talk about things, we almost always come to an agreement. But if we ever do disagree, I do defer to Thomas as the head of the home, and
Can you remember the last thing financially we disagreed on?
no.
It's been a really long time.
Well, I mean, it's literally been like in the first 5 years of our marriage, so we're talking
Like 18 years ago.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just don't disagree financially right now. Hopefully we won't.
Well, I want my pool, but
Yes, you do.
I wanted it yesterday.
You need to start a GoFundMe.
Yeah. Yeah, so all you out there,
You could call it GoFundMe Pool.
yeah. If I could get 100,000 of you listeners to Zelle me $1,
You'd be good to go.
yeah,
Do you think a pool is going to cost $100,000?
probably
That is a house
yeah.
in Iowa.
up to that.
That's
yeah.
a house in
Well,
Iowa. It is
it's
not a house in Florida.
That's not a house in Iowa anymore.
Oh, it's a shack in Iowa.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a house anywhere anymore.
Yeah, maybe not. Parenting roles should naturally fall into place. Yeah, no.
No,
But those
no.
are some assumptions that we make.
What about this category here? Affection and intimacy assumptions. So this might
It's getting personal.
uncover a unmet unspoken expectation in your physical or your love relationship here. So
Okay.
maybe you think this: physical affection should happen spontaneously.
There are people who really feel like that's the only like good physical affection.
They're not having a lot of sex if that's the case.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know though. Like, are other people more spontaneous than we are? Are we just tired?
We got 4 kids. We're tired. We've been tired for 20 years. But what about this one? If you reject intimacy, you're rejecting me.
Oh, I totally feel this way, even still to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would absolutely feel that even if that happened now.
Married people should want sex at the same frequency. How about that?
That would be nice, but
No, there's a
usually-
lot of factors.
yep.
Romance should stay effortless if love is real.
That's
What a lie that is.
Yeah,
That's a lie.
that's a lie.
Affection outside the bedroom isn't as important.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
if what?
What? Oh,
But if one spouse feels that way and the other doesn't, but they never talk about it, like there's
Yes.
going to be some super duper
yep,
anger there.
most definitely.
Okay, time and priority is our next category. This will come into play in our marriage because I care deeply about time. Thomas's number one love language is quality time, and we don't always have the same priorities.
Yeah, you prioritize everything else but me, and then
Yes, exactly. I'm like, Thomas will be all right. I'm going to go do this over here. I'm going to go work there here. I'm going to, whatever. Okay.
And then she wonders why I follow her around everywhere and annoying her.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. Okay. Your spouse should come before everyone else at all times. Now, this may or may not be true.
Yeah.
But if you believe it's true and your spouse doesn't, or you're not at the same level on this one.
I would say that's probably unreasonable. There are
Yeah.
times Lysandra is the most important person to me on the planet.
No doubt.
But there are times where other people and things have to come before her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like doing a celebration of life service, even though it's family day, right? Certain things come up where it's like, you have to do this.
Mm-hmm. Which like in that case, I would be like, I want you to do what's right, not just hang out with me or do this thing for me. So,
But some people don't feel that way.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Right. So then it would feel like they chose someone else over me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm with you now. Time and priority is our category. Next one. Free time together should happen naturally. Oh my goodness. If we let our free time together happen naturally, we would never be together without working.
Yeah, because you would never have free time. You would always fill it with something.
Touche. Being busy for the family automatically communicates love. I agree with this. You do not.
No.
We know a lot of couples that disagree on this one.
I think I know more men who feel that way than women. But yeah.
Right. We are the exception in that.
Yep. Yep.
Marriage means we should enjoy the same hobbies. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to believe that anybody would assume that, but
We do have hobbies that we do enjoy together, but we also have hobbies that are way different. It's like she enjoys some things where I want nothing to do with that. And you feel the same. Like,
absolutely.
yeah.
Like watching sports.
You tried watching college football for one season and getting into it and learning the players' names and all that. And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I didn't like feel like that wasn't a thing you had to do ongoing because it was torture for you.
Oh, thank goodness.
So what about this category? Conflict assumptions. So these are assumptions you're making about conflict or in conflict. Healthy couples don't fight much.
Lies.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to fight fair. But some people have that assumption. The calmer person is automatically the more mature one.
Not true.
Yeah, because you are the calmer one.
No, because Thomas is way more calm than I am, and I'm way more mature.
Depends on the circumstance. I can get heated.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that is very true. And what I was saying was a joke anyway. I was being facetious, which is a very mature word to use.
Now, I want to do something here.
Uh-oh.
It is called co-host spelling bee.
Aww, I quit.
For $50. Spell facetious.
No. PH.
No.
That in and of itself was being facetious. I was being funny right there, and everybody laughed. I could hear them through my microphone.
Okay, so
Are you really going to make me spell this? You guys, I
Yeah.
can't spell, and it's humiliating.
We're going to do this. We are doing this. Okay, wait. So let's see.
Oh, I honestly don't know how it's spelled. I know that it starts with an F, though. I do know that.
Facetious is an adjective that describes someone who is not taking a serious subject seriously, often trying to be funny or clever.
Nailed it.
Okay, so
Okay.
facetious.
Oh, you're asking me to spell it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so mean, baby. F-A-C-I.
Yes.
E?
Yep.
E.
Face.
Oh.
Facetious.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten it right at all.
Facetious.
Well, now everybody knows that I can't spell. They probably knew that already, though.
Most people can't spell facetious. I don't know that I would have got it right.
Oh, really?
I don't know that I would have put T-I.
Yeah.
So.
I wouldn't have, but anyway.
Yeah, just a fun little thing
Yeah.
we like to do around here. And by do around here, first time in 296 episodes.
And it is the last time, by the way.
We'll see.
I did not like that game.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's me. All right.
Hi,
Sorry,
Thomas.
I got
Wake
distracted
up.
by the spelling bee.
We're doing the podcast, remember?
Yes. So these are conflict assumptions.
Okay.
If I forgive you, I shouldn't feel hurt.
You have messed up what you've tried to say like 6 times on this episode.
Yeah,
Are you okay?
I am.
Do you
yeah.
need some caffeine?
It's been a long day.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah,
We already painted today,
But
y'all.
those two words together, still feel hurt.
Okay, you have to start over with that sentence.
If I forgive you, I shouldn't still feel hurt.
That was harder than I've ever seen Thomas work.
Yeah, the amount of mental energy to say that correctly. Say that 5 times fast.
I cannot.
Yeah, I can't either. I can't say it 1 time fast.
You can't say it 1 time slow.
No, I said it 1 time slow. Still feel hurt. One conversation should permanently solve the issue.
Yeah. All right, next category.
Last category.
Isn't there one more?
Nope, this is it. Last category.
No, there is another one right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
You didn't organize it
I know.
the same. You threw me off.
I threw you off.
My bad.
I knew that it was going to too, and so I literally wrote the words "next category" because I knew that this was going to throw you off. How funny is that I know you that well?
And you still put it that way.
Yeah.
Sabotage!
Okay. Next category: family background, family and background.
Yeah.
Okay. People often unconsciously assume these things. Their family's communication style is normal.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I assume my family's communication style is normal. Holiday traditions are obviously best. My holiday traditions are obviously best. They obviously make the most sense. My discipline style should match how I was raised. Okay, so like
how we're gonna raise our
how
kids,
we're gonna should match exactly as I was raised.
Which, if you're unsure, want help in that, we have a resource, Discipline That Works.
That's right.
Great book that just came out. Nice manual on discipline. Amazon.com.
Yeah, absolutely. Emotional expression levels should mirror my childhood home.
Okay.
Like, however my dad expressed emotions is how you should. How my mom expressed emotions is how I should. How us children did is how our children should. Like, da-da-da-da-da, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's talk about some spiritual assumptions. So if it's your first time listening with us, Lysandra and I, we lead Beachside Community Church. We are followers of Jesus. But even in homes where you are very similar, you can have spiritual assumptions, or if you and your spouse are way different. So here's what these assumptions might sound like. We should grow spiritually at the same pace, which is, if you start to think about it, it doesn't make a lot of sense. We don't grow at the same pace in anything, whether we're talking about how we grow up, maturity-wise, physically. If we eat the same exact foods, our bellies are going to grow probably at different pace.
I know. Yeah.
So
don't get me started on that one.
I won't get you started on that one.
Okay.
You should lead spiritually the way I imagine. So you had that one.
I did.
Yeah. Prayer and Bible habits should look the same for both of us.
I also had that one.
Yep. Which communication styles impact your prayer life big time. So Lysandra and I communicate way differently, which means we also pray way differently.
And not only that, but like energy levels, I think, come into play when you're talking about Bible time.
Yeah.
Like the way that you approach life in general is usually how you approach your Bible time. And I don't know that necessarily one is wrong.
Right.
Or more wrong than the other, or more right than the other, right?
Yeah.
It's just a different way to approach it.
What about this one? Marriage problems mean our faith is weak.
That can be scary.
Yeah. So most of the time it doesn't have anything to do with faith unless you're fighting about faith. But some people can have that assumption. Like, hey, if our faith is strong, then that means our marriage is going to be great. Right. But a lot of times it's just we don't know how to communicate well. And we never really witnessed what a good marriage looks like. Or we have all these hidden expectations,
and
secret contracts.
Ruining our marriage.
Yeah.
Okay, so all these different things, we've given you so many categories, we've given you so many examples of what may be your hidden contracts. And as you noted, while we went through all of these, I shared like, oh, that was mine, that was mine, that was mine. So you probably have multiple ones of these.
So, spoiler alert, Lysandra had a lot more than I did.
Yeah, you had like 3 and I had so many. But whatever the assumptions are that are attached to you, these assumptions become very, very painful and create resentment. They create scorekeeping, defensiveness, disappointment, and emotional withdrawal. So these have some like very serious consequences. And all those things that I just listed, those are not good things in your marriage. Those are not good things in your life, right? It doesn't go to a good, healthy place.
Yeah.
And it's not because the desire itself is wrong. Most of those are good desires. I want my husband to love me, or I want us to help out, to work together, whatever. They're all like good things most of the time, right? So it's not that the desire is necessarily wrong, but that the expectation stayed unspoken. You never shared it.
Yeah.
Or maybe you did share it and it was rejected by your spouse. Like, no, I'm not doing that. And now the resentment comes in.
So let's talk about some healthier replacements. Mm-hmm. So we want to get rid of these unhealthy expectations and replace it. And it starts with, first of all, clarifying expectations. The clearer that you can be, the better off that you will be.
Yeah.
It really diminishes the chance for resentment, for disappointment, discouragement, hurt, and all this stuff. Because here's the thing with most relationships, and I know this is true for me. If I really know Lysandra wants something or something is important to her, I want to do that thing. I want to help her. So whether it's lifting stuff, opening jars,
comforting when I'm sad.
Yeah, starting the dryer.
But it could. Oh my gosh, are you going to tell people about our dryer?
Yeah, so I'm literally the only one in the house right now who can start the dryer, and some of you are like, "Why is that?"
Glad you asked.
So we've had an issue with our dryer. We got a new dryer, and it kept breaking, and it turns out there is a design flaw in the dryer itself. So in the knob where you turn the dryer to the setting, the knob is designed in such a way that it gets a hairline crack in it, and then it won't turn at all.
Constantly.
So we replaced that like $25 knob like 4 or 5 times. Or is it more than that?
No, one time it was under warranty, so we didn't pay for it.
Okay.
And then 2 times after that, we did. And I was like, okay, well, we've now spent $50 on a dryer that was given to us. We're done replacing the knob. We either are going to get a different dryer and then I was like, wait a minute. We know where the knob will have to turn to. What if we could just figure out a way to turn that metal piece without the knob? So then I put Thomas on it, and he got needle nose pliers.
Yeah, vice grips.
Vice grips.
Vice grip, needle nose pliers. And so I take the pliers, and we've taken the knob off, and there's just like the little nub thing there.
Metal.
I don't know what that's called. I don't even know that it's made out of metal. But
it looks silvery.
And then I just take that, squeeze it, and turn it to the right setting.
Which I thought was a great idea, and I was like, this way, we don't have to have a knob ever again. But then when I went to start it, I don't have the strength in my hand to turn that knob.
Yep. So all the girls come to me, Dad, can you start the dryer for me? Yep, I'd love to.
So it's Daddy's job.
But that's the thing about relationships is most of the time we want to fulfill whatever those expectations are. We want to help, we want to comfort, we want to protect, we want to provide, we want to do it. The problem comes when we don't clarify them.
Yeah. So
you want to clarify expectations. Now the thing is to define responsibilities together regularly. So, and notice the word regularly there.
Right.
You've got to keep revisiting this about, hey, who's going to do what, and what are each of our responsibilities going to be, and not just what are they going to be, but what are they going to be in different seasons. Because there are certain weeks where Lysandra does have a lot of paint jobs and responsibilities, and there's other weeks where maybe there's none. So the responsibilities that she has in those 2 weeks is going to look very differently. It means sometimes she is making dinner. Other times I'm making sure that there is dinner, whether I'm cooking it, buying it, or going to a restaurant to pick it up. But talking about each of those different things depending upon how your week looks. Another important replacement is ask questions instead of mind reading. And we've already touched on this, so I won't go into great detail, but just keep that curiosity alive. Ask questions, seek to gain information. It's not an interrogation,
Right.
but like a student, I want to learn, and so I'm asking questions. Revisit agreements as seasons change. We've already talked about that, so I won't go into great detail on that. And then this last one that I think is good is describe needs specifically and kindly. Like, hey, this is what I need from you right now.
And this goes beyond. This is not just about who does what and chores.
Right. Yeah.
We're talking about, like, I need you to hug me more often. I need sex. I need emotional support right now. I need you to talk to your parents for me. Like, whatever.
Well, and I think even in certain conversations, it's like, I need you to just listen to me while I talk about this, or I need you to fix this. Like, I have this problem, I need to know how I should fix this, or what I should do, or how should I word the email. So in all those things, and that's a great point, we do talk a lot about chores and what those sorts of things, but the number of expectations, is such a wide variety.
It is. Okay, so instead of saying something like, you don't care, you're replacing it with, I feel disconnected when we go days without meaningful conversation.
Yeah.
It's very, very specific. And it's an I feel statement, and it's not you don't even care about me.
Yeah.
And like it was last week, I think, I said, like, hey babe, how are you doing lately? Because I feel like you are less interested in me right now. That's what I said to Thomas. I said, I feel like you are less interested in me right now. Is that true? And is there anything behind it? And he said, no, nothing. And I was like, okay, I just want you to know how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah. And we had sex that night. It was a late night.
Thanks for sharing.
That was a late night too. That was rare that late at night. But we talked clearly about it.
Yeah.
And this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to replace the words I assumed with help me understand. Like, I want to learn, I want to understand.
Yeah. And many times you're going to discover that some of these reoccurring fights that you have are actually just collisions between two indivisible sets of expectations.
Try that again.
Did I say something wrong?
Yeah, you said two indivisible.
Oh, I thought I said individual.
See? This is what happened when you made fun of me.
I deserve this.
This is what happens.
Indivisible.
You made fun of me.
Invisible sets of expectations.
And here it comes back around to you.
I deserve this.
You're reaping what you've sown.
I have tasted my own medicine, and it is bitter.
You've sown to the wind, and you reap the whirlwind.
True.
Hosea, I think.
I'm so terrible about that. I feel bad.
I feel like you don't feel bad.
I do feel bad. I feel bad because now I'm experiencing it myself.
Let's see here. Am I here or here? Not
You're
that.
here,
Okay.
You're
all
here.
right.
You're here.
We have had an issue with information input here.
I think what's happening on this episode is I think we are both really tired right now.
I'm not tired at all.
Oh, then what's going on with you? This is just who you are now?
This is who I am now. I was telling Lysandra, I say, for those of you who don't know me, I say so many crazy things to our kids all the time that they're not going to be able to recognize when I'm actually going crazy.
Right. Yeah. When you actually get dementia, they're going to have no idea.
They're going to think I'm just being
Dad.
normal dad. So
Yeah.
there's been a flaw in my plan here from the last 20 years.
Yeah, because we'll be painting and Thomas will just be like, don't you just love pudding? And you're like, what? Just shut up, I'm working.
Yep. I will say the most random crazy things. So
You do.
this is just me. But strong marriages are not built on mind reading, right? They're built on honest conversations. And if you've ever felt disappointed because your spouse didn't do what you expected, even though you never clearly communicated it, you need to identify those hidden assumptions and create healthier patterns in your relationship.
And if you have found out, like, okay, check all the way down, this is my issue, this is my spouse's issue, we are dealing with this, maybe you would like a little more information. We have a bonus resource for you called Hidden Expectations in Marriage. It is a reflection guide that we would love to share with you. Simply put in an email, to info@familymeeting.org and put in that email, Hidden Expectations in Marriage, and we will send you the reflection guide.
And your family meeting tonight, you're going to sit down with your spouse, and spoiler alert, not much of a mystery here. You're going to be talking about those quiet expectations, unspoken expectations that maybe you've had of your spouse, and maybe you know exactly what they are. And it's time to talk with your spouse about them. Maybe you need to do a little bit more investigating. Like, hey, I heard this episode about unspoken expectations. Do you think we have any? And we've given you some of those questions that you can start to ask to begin that investigation. But your marriage will be better off if you can identify and communicate what those unspoken expectations are.
Thank you for joining us today. Please go and subscribe to the Family Meeting podcast from your favorite podcast provider. And if you found this information helpful, please share this episode on your social media and invite your friends and family to listen in with you.
To find more content and information Lysandra and I provide, you can go to our website, familymeeting.org, or email us at info@familymeeting.org. If you'd like to shoot us a text or call us, you can send a voice message at 904-257-3062.
And we want to invite you to join us for our next family meeting as we discuss how many family meetings will end in tears or in anger and why that is.
So how many is it?
Many.
Okay.
The idea is that it's many.
But how many?
So stop it. I can't tell if you have dementia right now. Our very, very good friend was talking to us about how she implements the family meetings.
Yes, they have family meetings regularly. They
And
listen to the show. Yeah.
frequently somebody's crying or super angry. And I was like, oh yeah, that's totally normal.
She was like, do your all your
happening,
family meetings end really happy? And we're like
no. And so then I was like, I literally said in that conversation, I was like, oh, this is going to become an episode. Because there's probably a bunch of other families who are like, all right, the Osterkamp's family meetings always end so happy.
Like, what am I doing wrong?
What am I doing wrong? No, they do not. They oftentimes end in fights. Not end. They oftentimes have fights or end in tears.
Yeah.
Or anger or whatever. But we will talk about why that is. We will prove to you that it's normal and talk about why next episode.
Thanks for joining us today for this family meeting. Have a great week, everybody. This meeting is adjourned.
All right.
Try not to clap so loud so that Coconut won't hear us high five.
I know, he gets nuts.
As
soon as he knows we're done with the episode, because he stays up in a sister's bedroom with a sister.
If there's somebody here, yes.
Yeah, and oh my goodness, as soon as he knows we're done, he loses his mind because he knows he gets a treat.
Yep.
And he'll start barking and charging, and he jumped off of one of the really high beds one time and injured his shoulder.
A few weeks ago,
the girls could not hold him. He wiggled his way out, all because he knows he gets to be back with us and gets a treat.
Yep. So we're trying not to clap so loud.
Dink.
Yeah.
It's a little mini high five now.
So what about those expectations? As we were kind of going through this and having this conversation, did anything come to the forefront of your mind to say, hey, I kind of have this unspoken expectation of my spouse? Maybe it's reasonable, maybe it's not, but it's time to have a conversation about it. We'd love to know what those expectations are. Put them right there in the comments, and we'll continue this conversation together. Until then, see you next time.